These are 5 things that I love to do every fall. Hi, my name is Bobby and welcome if this is your first time. My channel is geared towards women who are of mature age and I cover topics like beauty, home, health. So if that's what you're looking for in a channel, you may want to subscribe. This video is going to be kind of all of those subjects because I'm talking about 5 things that I love to do every fall. So this video is a collaboration with several other YouTubers and it was organized by Mel of Mel C's Makeup and Style. So thank you, Mel, for asking me to be part of this video collaboration. There are things that I love to do or just need to do when it starts to get cold out and that fall season is starting, and we are just in it now. So I love this time of year. So the first thing I love to do is change out my lipstick. So I feel like lipstick is one of those things that you can play with a little bit more. But I don't go too crazy. Those of you who have watched me for a while know I'm pretty conservative with lipstick. But this is a combination I love to do every fall. And this actually is not just a lipstick. In fact, there's no lipstick involved in this look. My favorite look is to take a lip pencil. I like the NYX one that is in the color mauve. And I put this all over my lips. And then I take Buxom, and this is in the color Moscow Mule. Now this is the Buxom kind of one that kind of plumps your lips. And I don't think it technically plumps, but I do think it does kind of make them look fuller, which is the look that I want. And I put that over it. And this color is kind of a mauvey, brownish mauve. And so it gives that kind of fall vibes. And that's why I love it. I've had this probably 3 years. And every fall I'm like, oh, I have that. And I can't wait to start wearing it. Okay, so let's face it. When the fall hits, kind of that summer glow starts to fade pretty fast. I love my skin in the summer. I live in an area that has humidity in the air. That's why my skin looks so good, because it doesn't leave my skin so quickly because the air keeps it in there. In the winter, it's just so dry and we're running heaters and we have fireplaces on, all things that are just going to parch my skin. So one of the things I love to do in the fall is to start building up that barrier, the barrier that like makes it so that my hydration that I have on my face stays on my face and it doesn't evaporate right away. And I make it so that it doesn't get that peeling, cracking kind of feel that I used to get before I took good care of my skin. So how do I do that? In the summer, I usually just use a light moisturizer. But when I start to want to build that barrier up, I add some ingredients. So one of those is hyaluronic acid. And I really do like the CeraVe one. It works wonderful. It goes on easily. It does not react with foundations badly in any way. And I just start adding it to strategic areas. So I may not add this to my entire face because so many other products have hyaluronic acid in it. And hyaluronic acid is amazing for helping you retain the moisture on your skin. But you need to add stuff to it. You can't just put that on your face and think that's going to work. You need to put a moisturizer on afterwards. But I also do a few other things than just this. So the next thing I put on it is Squalane. So I got mine from the Ordinary. Squalane is another thing that helps retain moisture on your skin. And I rub it between my fingers and then just kind of pat it on in those areas and rub it in. And I use it morning and night. The nighttime, I will use a little bit extra, but during the day, I'll use it just a light little smattering on my face instead of a heavy one. After that, I have added Rosehip seed oil, and this is from the Ordinary as well. And this is another amazing product for helping you retain that moisture on your skin. But this one I will only use at night. I am not going to use this during the day. It's just too much on my face to have that and then the SPF and then the foundation. I just don't like all that stuff on my face. But at night, this is my last step. Right after I put moisturizer on, I will use that over the moisturizer. And I have it on my skin all night. And then the next day, my skin feels amazing. Now, here's one of the tricks that I like to add when it starts to get cooler and my face starts losing that lovely little glow that I've had from the sun. Even though I use SPF all summer, I still get some sun on my face because I'm outside so much. But I add this. This is from Ulta, and it is their self-tanning drops. I love this product. This gives me a natural glow that isn't orangey, at least on my skin it's not. And I mix it into my moisturizer, and then I just moisturize as normal. Now, it is important when you're doing this to think, if you're going to use this, think of it as, okay, I'm putting tanning on my face. So therefore, you need to blend really well. So you need to go down your neck and you need to blend it out so you don't have lines anywhere. Because of course, this is basically staining your skin. But this stuff is not expensive. I just get it at Ulta. Obviously, it's an Ulta product. And it works wonderful. Building your natural glow of healthy skin alone is going to be good, but then adding a little bit of color to it that just stays is wonderful. The third and the fourth thing kind of go together, but they are separate things. Both of them are going to help build your immune system. So let's face it, we're going into cold and flu season. And of course, with everything going on this year in 2020, we need to be building our immune system as much as possible. The other good thing about building an immune system means that you are healthier. And of course, healthy body means healthy skin, healthy hair, healthy nails, teeth, eyes, everything. So the more we can build our health, the better we are going to be. So besides eating a well-balanced, whole, real food diet predominantly, you do want to do some things that will build your immune system. Now, of course, there are vitamins and things like that. I'm not going to dive into those, but I am going to dive into two things that I add. One of them is relatively new, but one I started last year, and I had a very good year health-wise last year. So I'm definitely continuing it, and the benefits of these things are just amazing. So the first thing I do is to make my own bone broth. Now, bone broth is one of those superfoods that people overlook, and it's not the same as just a broth that you go buy in the store to make soup or add to something. It's very different. Bone broth is actually getting to the center of the bones that you're cooking and getting out that wonderful marrow, the things that are going to give you the stuff that you need into your system. So what does bone broth do? It builds your immune system, like I said. It helps with digestion. It helps with your kidneys. That one I had never heard of before. It helps with healthy skin and nails. It protects your joints. And like I said, it's considered one of those superfoods because it gives you an abundance of minerals that your body needs. So let me show you how I make my bone broth. So what I do is I cut off all the meat off all the bones, and I put the bones in my Instant Pot. I cover it with water. I'm gonna add some onion and some celery, and I'm gonna make some bone broth. And that's going to cook for about an hour and a half on high heat. So that is my shortcuts, and then of course I make the soup the next day. The other way that I build my immune system, and this is the fourth thing that I'm doing in the fall, is to make my own elderberry syrup. Elderberry syrup helps build your immune system, and I'm going to link some sources below so that you guys can read up on this yourself. But this is one of those kind of superfoods that people are just raving about, and I'm excited to add it in. I have a few friends that have been using it for years and they swear by it. So they finally convinced me to make it myself. So I make it in my Instant Pot, and it is just so easy, and it makes a huge batch, and then I've shared it with my boss at work and another coworker, and they're giving it to their families. So this is how I make it. So the ingredients you need is fresh ginger, cinnamon and cloves, raw honey, organic black elderberries, and I got mine on Amazon. You're going to grate the ginger using the edge of a spoon. And when you're done with that, you're going to grate it with just a fine grater until you get 2 tablespoons. After you've gotten that all grated, you're going to put 3½ cups of water in the Instant Pot, the 2/3 cup of black elderberries, and then the 2 tablespoons of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, obviously ground, and then a half a teaspoon of ground cloves. So you're putting all the ingredients in except for the honey. Stir it all up, put it on to 9 minutes, turn this to sealing, and then when it's all done, go ahead and do a fast release. You're going to take the elderberries out and strain it so all the juice is at the bottom, and then scrape out the pan, and then you're going to squish all the elderberries basically till all the juices are pushed out of it. Then you can just throw that part away. The cooked elderberries can be thrown away. Once the elderberries are cooled completely, you're going to stir in the raw honey, and then when it's dissolved, put it in a mason jar, and you take 1 tablespoon each morning or whenever you like. So the fifth thing I love to do in the fall is to, of course, decorate. I like to do something a little different, and I like to decorate my office at work. So this is what I added to my office this year. So of course at the end of the fall I will decorate for Christmas, and I did that last year. I'm going to go ahead and link my Christmas one that I did last year so that you guys can watch that, because that was kind of fun to make it look all Christmassy. That was when I had just gotten it done, and so it was so fun to decorate it. Mel, thank you for asking me to be part of this collaboration, and I cannot wait to watch all the other ladies' videos. So be sure to do that when we're done here. God bless.